They take the time to educate their client. We don't take the time. We rush as it is. Physicians don't have the time. And, of course, we can either take the time or don't take the time. Doesn't matter. Nobody's monitoring that. So if you take the time to educate the client and use your license, use your knowledge to educate the parents and make the difference, you're actually going to be making a whole big difference here in our community. A lot of our community does not like to ask questions. If they know Spanish, they're going to say yes to everything. See. But they don't actually understand, but they're afraid to ask because they're afraid that someone is going to make fun of them. See, we are culturally competent. We know our community. That's why we're here to make a change. We are 95% Latino here in our community. Our Latino community do not like to take medication, or do we? When we feel good, absolutely. We feel better, and what happened? We don't take our medications, and that's exactly what happens with asthma. You have to take your medications. There's no way out. You have to take your medications in order to keep yourself in control. It's like diabetes. What happened with diabetes? They don't care about, they don't take their blood sugar levels. They don't measure their levels, and what's going to happen? They're always going to be in coma. They either end up in the hospital with a coma, or they end up, in the dialysis unit with their legs, so whatever. You do have to learn to help, you have to tell the parents, you have to learn to manage the child's asthma. Now, I understand that some of you may not be interested on learning about asthma. Fortunately, some of us need the continued credits, which is fine. But I hope that today you have a little bit, God bless you. I hope that today you take it a little bit more serious, because we really took a long time preparing this workshop for you, and it took us about 2 weeks. That brings me to the next point. I would like to also introduce you to two of the most valuable persons of the asthma team. They worked really hard on preparing this training for you. They worked really hard on preparing every single detail that you see on your tables, the chocolates, the raffles, the decorations, the food. And they work overtime at night, at home, and all that to bring you this workshop today. I like to call Sombra Cheney. Sombra Cheney. You come over here, Sombra. Let me see you. Anyway, Sombra Cheney, I have the honor to tell you that she's one of the first ever. We have over here some community health workers, but Sombra was the very first community health worker ever educated and certified to serve community-based programs, okay? So, and then, you remember that, right? So she basically has a lot of knowledge on community-based. She really relates to the people. She's really good at making a difference with the families. Because of her, sometimes we feel that we have less hospitalization rates, because she really knows her people. She knows the person, And not only that, but sometimes she goes out of her way. When you go to a home, sometimes it's sad to see that these people are not complying with their treatment plan because they don't have money to buy the medication. Or they don't have food to feed their kids. So what happens, Sombra, sometimes give them money or take them food. Yeah, that's not our role. But, she does it out of her heart. She likes to help out people. So now when we help out some of the parents, they help us out by learning how to manage their child asthma. I also like to introduce Sandra Torres. She's fairly new to our program. I was counting the months. Sandra, she's our new girl, and I was, counting the months that she's been with us. She's only been with us about 4 months. I think that we worked her like if she was with us for about a year. Yeah. And Sandra, basically, she is very good community health worker. We're training her as a community health worker. It takes a long time to be a good community health worker. Am I right, girls?
Yes.
There are also community health workers, and extensive training to do this. So Sandra also worked for the HIV program. she was actually reaching out to educate HIV patients. Not only that, she was a locutora on Radio Bilingüe. Wow. So, not anymore. Yeah. So, enough with the introductions on our group. I would like to also stop right here and go over your toolkit. As you noticed, when you came in, we give you a toolkit. We call it a toolkit. And basically, the most important part of the toolkit, of course, you don't have to pay for this program. The only thing you have to do is give me the steam paper, all completed, okay? There's a two-sided paper. If you complete it for me, then not only that one, but you're also going to be checked out on your skills. So it's very important that you pay attention to your speakers, because whatever they said, you're going to be tested on. All I want from you, in order for you to get your CEUs, is the pink paper. If you don't give us that, this is the most important tool, okay, for you to get your credits. And also this sheet, this is all you're going to be giving us at the end, in order to receive your certificate and your continued credits. Any questions about that? This toolkit, actually, you can use it at your office. Yes, ma'am.
You guys want another binder?
She didn't get a binder? Oh, she's getting one for you. Now, this binder basically is a very basic toolkit for you to use at your offices. Please do not put it aside. Often when we go to conference and everything, we just grab it and put it away, never see it again. Take it to your work. If you're not going to use it, please donate it to somebody that can use it, because this toolkit, it is a really good tool for you to use at your work to educate your parents. You can make copies to provide to the parents or to the child or to the adults, so they can take it and use it as reference. Not only that, but this toolkit is in English and Spanish. The first section is English, and if you look after the pink paper, we basically translated everything for you in Spanish. So you have both, teaching tools, the Spanish and the English tools. And that's pretty much it with this toolkit. This toolkit was given to us in a training that we attended in San Diego. If you feel like you need to reproduce this toolkit, and if you think it's helpful for you, please let us know so we can give you the tools for you to reproduce it. It's okay for you to reproduce this toolkit as long as you give credit to the people that originally produced the toolkit. Any questions about that? Okay. We need to actually get started with the first speaker. We still have 5 minutes. We have, like I said, a very long day today. And today, basically, I have Tori Estrada, which I will introduce her later. And Tori Estrada is going to be introducing our first speaker. Okay? So please welcome Tori Estrada.
We are very lucky here in Imperial Valley to have recently have a new pediatrician come into the valley. He is has a very prestigious background. He specializes in hematology and oncology. He's a graduate of the University of Rochester School of Medicine. He worked with some of the top physicians in the country. One of his mentors, Dr. Robert Haggerty, later became president of the American Academy of Pediatrics. That was one of his mentors. He also worked with some physicians who later became Surgeon General. Actually, Dr. Dave Satcher, who was the 16th Surgeon General of the United States. He was the author of many publications in very reputable journals, such as the New England Journal of Medicine. He also was one of the founding members of the steering committee for the National Heart and Lung Institute, which is a huge part of the asthma put out the new asthma 2007 asthma guidelines. So it's very big for